So the question is, what what's the solution for world peace? I specify it to mean, what is the solution for human for saving humanity, not saving the world, because the world is full of creatures and its own ecosystems, and so that's its own thing, which of course we coexist in, and we want to not have creatures that are potential threats to us and everything. But we have ourselves, humans. So how do we make ourselves work? Well, it has to do with Vulva-V, which is more of an orientation around woman's vulva, and it's less about people trying to have sexual intercourse and trying to be guys trying to get orgasms, basically. It's not a masculine thing for a guy to get to be like desperately wanting to or needing a woman for an orgasm. It's a masculine thing for him to worship her with oral sex. And so in other words, we can masturbate, we can use sex toys like the slit stroker devices, and they're effective, at least if you're spending decent money, like $100 or so, using coconut oil. Don't worry if they do say that the devices can deteriorate, but it's okay. They work just fine. So what I'm trying to express is that a bigger clitoris is also more attractive, and you get that when you get a woman who's physically fit and healthy and strong, and there's a lot of blood flow there, and it's just more of an experience of a special experience. And second of all, it's like, why would you want other guys to be around and involved with her? And you might think that because you're able to seduce a woman through whatever means, she gets interested in you. Like, she's been with a lot of other guys, and she's recently probably recently or beyond you will be with more guys in the future. So it's just not, I don't know how, and it's not loving either. I care about people and respect them, and I want them to, I don't want to take people's wives. In fact, I want guys to get married so that they can have their wife, if their wife wants to, and if the husband wants to, have them display the woman's vulva, because that to me is the most exciting, most beautiful physical thing in the universe. And here's a major key point here that I'm wanting to convey, is that you can't, like, this idea of worshiping, like, first of all, why would you want to worship a male god or a man? Why wouldn't you? What's that's saying that you don't want to worship vulva? Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't want to look at that, all the time, but in a sacred way, like where we're celebrating it like a beautiful flower. It's not something that we're trying to, it's not something that we're trying to, like, like take from a woman. We're not trying to touch her. We're just trying to look, observe in celebration, just like people observe, their favorite artists in a live performance, and they want to support them, support the artist. But it has to be a married woman who's doing the performance and displaying her vulva, because what the because if it's not a married woman, there's the implication that she might want to marry or be intimate with one of the guys who's watching her, or vice versa. But if she is married, then that element disappears, and it's all pure entertainment and for the celebration. And women need to be, this is a higher consciousness thing too, not just for men, like the men not wanting to seduce as many women as possible, and it ends up where they themselves can't have a virgin woman, and then or at least a woman with a virgin attitude, and then the woman, can't have a virgin guy who she can, build a sexual rapport with. And yes, people should be interested in, obviously, sexual intercourse, and that's a compatibility thing, and they should be conscious of what they would like to prefer, and kind of what their options are, and what the options are out there for them. But the reality is that in the energy of love, that vibration, right? It's a frequency. It's a frequency of love and care. I think it's a similar frequency to worshiping the vulva. It's different than sexual intercourse. Sexual intercourse has an aggressive, has a competitive, like who has the most attractive body. It has these elements of, like, these biological elements of, like, these biological elements of like these biological elements of wanting to procreate, and wanting to, and also this dominance. It's more oriented around the penis, and it's less about the clitoris and the vulva, right? So, but I believe that for a sense of internal peace, and for men and women, we need to worship and then make that our goddess, and that's the only option for a sense of internal peace, which gets reflected outward into the world and results in everyone having internal peace, and then thus having external, a peaceful world. And the reality is, the instant you think of vulva, or after 1 second of thinking about it and seeing it, it makes your life peaceful. It's like it's like your whole life is now meaningful, because you're working hard to create a good society and build humanity by working to protect vulva and women. And so, that being considered, that's where I'm going with this. I'm going with it in a caring, loving way of a good energy type of situation, and I hope you're interested in joining me on this nice journey of caring and serenity and a different approach to human experience and religion and sexuality, and it's the way we're going to go. I mean, otherwise, what's the point of humanity? Might as well destroy itself if it's not oriented around our flower. Alright guys, aloha. Talk soon.